Welcome to Ghoulish Gab, always spooky, always under 7 minutes. Today we're talking about serial killer movies. Not slashers, serial killers. Movies that depict killers of this serial variety. Kayla, why don't you start us off with one of your favorite serial killer movies?
I'm not even going to say it's a favorite, but I feel like it's worth mentioning.
Okay.
Natural Born Killers.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of those movies that feels super edgy when you're a teenager, right? Like it's like watching A Clockwork Orange. You're like, oh, I'm so cool because I like Natural Born Killers. It turns out that none of the characters in this movie have any redeeming qualities.
No, I don't. Were they even supposed to ever, though?
No, they weren't.
No.
So, I mean, it's Woody Harrelson and Juliette Lewis. So that's really why I still like it, is because the actors are phenomenal in the movie.
I think it's still a good-looking movie, even to this day.
And I was going to say, the other thing that I still like it is it's highly visual. Like, it's very trippy, lots of colors, a lot of different, like, the gore is really gruesome.
Mm-hmm.
It is supposed to be a critique on media sensibilization.
Sensibilization.
Something. It's supposed to be like talk about how media hypes everything up. But that does get kind of lost in the whole... The movie was a little bit of a mess, but it was something that was dear to me as a teen, and because we were talking about serial killer movies, I did feel like I need to mention it. So I'm going to say 7 out of 10 fried checks.
Soundtrack still holds up.
Oh,
really
absolutely.
Well, too. I think one of my all-time favorite serial killer movies is Zodiac from 2007, which it's been a while since I watched it, but I have no reason to believe that it's got to hold up. I mean, it's considered David Fincher's masterpiece. I probably couldn't even name too many other things that he's directed. But it's based on the Zodiac Killer, which was a real thing.
Yeah.
And, he killed 37 people in the Bay Area in California. And, of course, he was famous for leaving hints and messages in the newspapers. And this is just a primo film. Can I say that? Primo. Nobody else would say that. But I'm going to call this movie primo. And as a bonus, you got some RDJ and Mark Ruffalo before the big Avengers fame too. It's a wonderful film, top to bottom.
It really is.
It's compelling. It's just very compelling. If you haven't seen it, just go watch it. It doesn't matter how much of it to this point might be true or not. It's fucking compelling.
It's also one of those movies that Primo. It's also one of those movies that did so good. Like, it was not. I'm not going to say period piece because that's wrong. But like, it was set in its time, and they didn't like the way that they used effects on things is pretty much perfect. Like that, this is a movie that's going to constantly age well.
Yeah,
you're not going to lose it to stuff. So second one I wanted to talk about is kind of a serial killer movie slasher.
Okay.
So I was trying to find movies we haven't talked a lot about in the past. You Might Be the Killer.
I feel like I've seen that, but I don't remember it.
So it is a movie about a camp counselor who has been suffering from blackouts, and at his camp, these people just keep turning up dead. So he calls his best friend, who works at a video store and is like a horror enthusiast. And she's like walking him through, and they eventually figure out that, oh, he might be the killer. It's got a very small cast, but mostly it's Fran Kranz and Allison Hannigan. Fran Kranz was a stoner in Cabin in the Woods, and Allison Hannigan is Willow from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Of course.
But I think it's a very meta take on serial killers, and it does a lot of the classic 80s slasher tropes, but it was something that I hadn't seen before, so I deeply enjoyed it.
I don't think I have seen that now that you talk more about it. I'll have to check that out. The Guest from 2014. This is a cool one. Dan Stevens plays a soldier who shows up at this family's home. Now, this family, their son had died in war, and he shows up and says, I was his friend, in war, etc. But of course, things escalate, and this person is not exactly who he claims to be, and it gets wild. I don't want to give anything away, but it's another one of those movies that's very disturbing. There's also good action sequences as well too. and it's another very well put together film, and this one should probably age well for a long time as well too.
I think a lot of serial killer movies will age well because if they're just set in whatever time they're set in. Can't talk about serial killer movies without talking. We don't have to go too in depth because I'm sure we've talked about it before. But Serial Mom, from 1994, John Waters flick. You have to, if you haven't watched Serial Mom and you're a member of this group, fucking watch Serial Mom.
It's beautiful. I love it so much.
It's a mom who becomes a serial killer. That's all we need to tell you. You need to watch it.
It's hilarious and it's great.
Another one?
John Waters. Another one I'm going to mention that I know I've probably talked about it before in another video, so I won't spend a lot of time on it, is Manhunter from 1986. And that's the pre-Silence of the Lambs movie that, and also an early version of Red Dragon. So this movie was remade later. But this version, this has such a cool stylistic look to it that, I mean, it's an 80s look, but it's, you just have to see it. Still looks really good. And what's great about this is this follows the book more in the fact that Hannibal Lecter, they don't try to force him into a main character. He's a character in the movie, but he's really only in there where he's kind of supposed to be and not just all over the whole film. Hannibal Lecter was played by Brian Cox in that movie, and he does a good job as well, too. I think that's probably about all the time that we have.
Oh, no, we got one more minute.
Yeah.
Because I was watching. And I'm going to finish this up with something that I'm going to ask you guys to give a chance. Mr. Brooks from 2007. And a lot of people write this off because it is a Kevin Costner film.
Right.
And people generally in the horror genre do not like Kevin Costner because it's a lot of like sweet, lighthearted stuff. But this is a genuinely good thriller. Dane Cook is also in it, but good. It's like Dane Cook, but good. Kevin Costner, but good, but I do like a lot of Kevin Costner. But, like, it's a very good film. He's the fingerprint killer is his title. But basically what happens is a younger, like, aspiring serial killer ends up blackmailing him into, like, letting him tag along on his murders because he had been inactive for a while. He'd been going to, like, AA meetings to curb his serial killer instincts. And the ending is a twist and a surprise, and I do think people should give it a chance, even though it's a Kevin Costner film.
The Finger Bang Killer. Check it out.
That's all the time.
Tell us some of your favorite serial killer movies. Okay, bye.